What is up, fans? What just happened? What the dog just happened? What just happened? All right, we got a lot to explain about this game because, all right, the Miami Dolphins win 38-35 in overtime. The Giants also beat the Redskins 41-35 overtime. 4 of the top 4 picks, Bengals were 1, Giants were 2, Dolphins were 3, Redskins were 4. They played each other. All 4 teams, well, obviously the 2 games, went to overtime at a 35-35. What? If you look at the box score, when it came to the fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter, the Miami Dolphins were up 28-12, right? Then they score another touchdown. It was 35-12. Then all of a sudden, the Cincinnati Bengals scored 23 unanswered points. I don't think it was 23 unanswered points, but they scored 23 points in the fourth quarter alone, taking us to overtime. Because they get the touchdown, go for the onside kick, get the onside kick, get the touchdown, and then got the 2-point conversion on a scramble from Andy Dalton. What? What? I will talk about the ramifications of winning this game when it comes to draft picks, but still, what? Now? It's this game. It's just ridiculous. Let's talk about stats. Let's talk about some of the players, some of the plays of the game, all that stuff. And then for comment of the day, I had a bunch of you guys hit me up talking about like how you were kind of like disappointed in this one. Some of you guys are glad we won. Some of you guys were upset we won. It was a mixed bag. So for comment of the day, I'm not going to pick one specific comment. I'm going to just address something. Okay? So let's break down stats because great googly boogly. Let's start with the Miami Dolphins. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 31 for 52, 419 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Myles Gaskin, 16 carries, 55 yards. Unfortunately, it looked like he had a pretty serious ankle injury. He got wrapped up, and you could tell it was bad injury because he just let go of the ball. But he had a decent game. The running game against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals are a bad team. But it just proves that maybe the Dolphins are equally as bad because why did this go to overtime? We couldn't run. Passing, on the other hand, that's a horse of a different color. Devontae Parker, 5 catches, 111 yards. He surpasses 1,000 yards on the season. Good on you, Devontae Parker. I'm very happy for you. Mike Gesicki, 6 catches, 82 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The one that I really would like, Albert Wilson, 7 catches, 79 yards. That was all well and fine and dandy. The one I want to talk about, Christian Wilkins with the touchdown catch. Christian Wilkins. It was a matter of time before Christian Wilkins got incorporated into the offense. But the man, he got his touchdown. Let's talk about defense as well. Christian Wilkins also causes a fumble. Christian Wilkins had a really good game today. No interceptions. But let's talk about Zeller, the guy we picked up. Great game today. Absolute great game today. He was batting balls down. He had a sack. He had a tackle for loss. Christian Wilkins had a sack. 3 tackles on the game. Altogether, Jerome Baker had a half a sack. Trent Harris had a sack. Devon Gotchow had a half a sack. And that's about it. Andrew Van Ginkel, tackle for loss, had some great plays. Eric Rowe had an interception in the game, but I think it was called back if I'm correct on that. But that's what the Dolphins for a good 90% of this game were extremely dominant in this game. Extremely dominant. And I kept saying that there was no chance the Dolphins were going to lose this one. And I wasn't wrong. Was I trying to jinx us? Maybe a little bit. Did it work? It almost worked. But Miami Dolphins pull this win off. I don't think it should have ended like this. I didn't think it was going to end like this. I honestly thought the Dolphins were just going to end up winning 35-12 or 35 to 23 or 20. I thought the game was going to be over at 35. I did not expect the Cincinnati Bengals to take this to overtime. And then in overtime, it went down to Sanders making the field goal last second. Like last second, no time on the clock. Sanders makes the field goal, does his thing. And it's just one of those games where it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then there's other teams. The Pittsburgh Steelers lost today to the Jets, which is hilarious to me. That helps the Dolphins when it comes to their draft pick going down. It also helps the Tennessee Titans, who also lost, about getting into the playoffs. That's going to be a big, big matchup for next week. The Titans, Texans, and I think it's the Ravens, Steelers. It's going to be a big, big matchup next week. But overall, this game, it was a lot of up and then whole fourth quarter of down. And then, we get the ball, we don't do anything with it, we punt it to them, they don't do anything with it, they punt it back to us, and then that was essentially the end of it all. Now, a lot of you guys want to know what's going on draft pick-wise, right? So with the Dolphins winning, they're going to fall to fourth. They were at third, they're going to fourth. The worst the Dolphins can pick is fifth. That is the absolute worst the Miami Dolphins can pick in the first round, with their first pick is fifth. That's the worst. They will not fall to 9, it's fifth. Just so people know. Right now they're at 4. Can they still get to 2? It's a possibility. They could still possibly get to 2. It might take some help from the Giants and the Washington Redskins to beat their team. But right now they're sitting at 4. It depends on what happens with Detroit taking on Denver. Right now Detroit's up 10-7. If Detroit wins that game, Miami will stay at 4. But as of right now, Miami's sitting at 4, being that the New York Giants have a lower strength of schedule percentage. That's why they are at 3 instead of 4. I know I get this all the time. Why are we at 4 and Giants at 3? The Giants beat us. It's strength of schedule. It's the strength of schedule. One more time, strength of schedule. So as of right now, that's where we sit. That's where draft is. 1 is Cincinnati. They locked. They're getting the first overall pick. Now it's just a fight for who's getting 2. Giants, Redskins, or the Dolphins. But right now, the Giants, Dolphins have the same record, and the Redskins have 1 extra loss. So we'll see what happens. But I'm always the mindset of it's not where you pick, it's who you pick. Remember that. But let's get into comment of the day. Comment of the day. This is just going to be broad because I got this. If I'm looking at my notifications now, it's a lot of fins up. Can't believe glad we won. Field goal to win. Why did we win? Why are we winning? Like a lot of stuff like that. So I just want to address that real quick. The Miami Dolphins, this whole game, you could tell that they how would you have wanted them to lose? You put Josh Rosen in, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. Josh Rosen's gonna win this game. All 3 defensive ends were healthy scratches. They had Zeiler in there. And he was destroying them. For the people that are mad that the Dolphins won, how would you have wanted them to lose? The only way the Dolphins could have lost this game is if they put in their 3rd string Ruddick, who wasn't even active. I don't understand how you would want this team to lose. An NFL team can't just lose. Don't get me wrong, it looked like in the 4th quarter they were trying to lose because I went to overtime. But then when that stuff happens, it's you can't win and you can't lose if you're a Miami Dolphins fan. It's a double-edged sword because they win, right? And everyone's like, why did they win? They should have lost. But how are you going to lose the game? And then in the 4th quarter, it looks like the Dolphins are going to lose the game. They're going to go into overtime, and people are like, see, Brian Flores sucks. How are you going to let the Bengal team come back? The man can't win, and he just can't win. He can't win. Me personally... I was going into this game like, hey, we win. Cool, we win. We should have won because it's the Bengals. If we lose, all right, cool. It helps us get a better draft pick. But I wasn't expecting to blow such a huge lead to have it be such a nail-biter. I'm going to be 100% with you. That bothered me. How are you going to, and then I was sitting there. I'm like, are they throwing this game? How are you up by so much? And then, are they throwing this thing? But they ended up coming back and winning. I think it was just... If you want my honest opinion, and you might say, hey, you're being a homer, you're being biased, you're being this, you're being that, by all means, I've gotten called worse. This team is filled with practice squad players. This team is filled with players that have probably been on the team for about 2 or 3 weeks. when it got towards the back end of the game, they probably were all celebrating the win. They probably all doing their thing. The Dolphins were that's the other thing. Coaches can call the best plays, but if you don't have the players to execute it, what are you going to do about it? And I feel like that's what happened in the fourth quarter. You got all these young, inexperienced players just happy to be winning, and all of a sudden, we're blowing this one. All right, now we have to go back to try hard. I honestly, me personally, I think that's what happened. If it's the honest truth that the Dolphins tried to blow it and tried to throw the end of the game, I can't see that being a thing. I can't. But yeah, that's Dolphins win 38-35. Some of the guys on the team had a great game. Like I said, Parker, Gesicki had great games. Fitz, besides that one interception, he had the record at halftime. He owns the record for most passing yards in the first half for Miami Dolphins. I think it was 245, 240. Good on him. He deserves it. But this game was just absolutely nuts. You could tell no one was watching this game. No one was watching this game. And then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter when the Bengals got the onside kick, people started watching this game. People tuned in. They wanted to see, what's going on with this game? And then overtime, oh my God. I just think it's funny that the two games that included the top four picks went 35-35 and into overtime. I just think that's absolutely hilarious to me. Giants win. Dolphins win. Like I said, Cincinnati, Washington, Giants, Miami is the top four picks. Detroit, we don't know right now. They are beating the Denver Broncos 10-7, but be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this win? What do you think about this crazy game? It was almost the Cincinnati miracle in Miami. It was almost craziness happening. But be sure to comment below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Break it down. I was talking about this stuff. I had stuff to do, so I couldn't live stream the whole game. But I was talking about the game on Twitter, so be sure to follow me there. I'll also take you guys' comments there. Also, if you want to get one of these fancy DDW shirts, and it says Stay Classy, fins up on the back. Merch is linked below. I'm going to set up a promo code. I'll let you guys know tomorrow in tomorrow's video what the promo code is. And give you guys 20% off of the merch for Christmas time. Link is below, so be sure to check that out. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up. Hey, we won. Give the video a thumbs up for that. Give the video a thumbs up because you enjoy the content. How about that? Or not. If you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. I hate doing this. I hate saying give this video a thumbs up. I told you guys in live stream. It just makes me cringe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If not, don't feel like you need to. It's just... Be sure to check out DolphinsTalk.com and Sportscaster, two great sites I'm affiliated with. I was live streaming with Sportscaster earlier today. DolphinsTalk.com, great Dolphin content, beat writers, podcast, me, other people. Go check it out. Other than that, hit that subscribe button. I got a special video planned for you guys tomorrow. And then I have an even specialer, if that's even a word, video planned for you guys for Christmas. Nice little Christmas special video for you guys. Other than that, Dolphins win 38-35 in a crazy comeback game for the Cincinnati Bengals. Couldn't pull it off. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.